if everybody could give Richard and his team a big round of applause for a great job.
We try to pride ourselves on having the fastest moving, most effective at making connections investor events, and we do that in several ways.
You can confidently rev up your portfolios to maximize your returns in all weather conditions, regardless of the stormy weather ahead.
You know, you have to, we've heard of 10,000, you can't do it, you can't get the rights, you can't build these pieces, they're too big, they're too large.
LLCs, I believe it is, with over 1,000 investors in it, that's scaled all the way up to $1 billion plus. So it's definitely a founder type to learn from, an investor to learn from, and we appreciate you being here today. What else would you add to your background, just so everybody kind of knows where you're coming from?
Richard, first of all, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm not selling services, I'm not selling a product. I basically am here because I think if I would have had an environment like this 30 years ago when I was starting my family office, it would have helped me significantly. So that's the reason I'm here.
At the moment, we do a lot in the healthcare, biotech, and TMT space.
We invest in everything, real estate, private equity.
You can deploy battery energy storage systems in 3 to 6 months.
But I'm here to make the biggest impact I possibly can on each and every one of you in the room.
I mean, I think for us, 70% of our holdings are medical clinics, so that's divided. When you subdivide that, then also the majority is vein and vascular practices, office-based setting. The other aspect that we look at in our portfolio is dermatology.
I've been an angel investor for over 30 years.
For us, that would be the real estate debt side.
Focused on distressed commercial real estate and distressed private credit.
Our fund is focused on actually the sports asset class.
They've raised over $50 million recently, not just over their lifetime, not just over the last 5 years or their fund cycle, but they've just done it, and that's why we brought them up here on stage, is to actually hear from them and how they did it.
And also neuromodulation, deep brain stimulation, spinal cord stimulation. These are big areas growing in the medical device spaces right now.
We started with $400 million, and today we're $1.2 billion in assets under management.
We take hotels and we convert them into apartment style.
We are still looking at the history, at the revenue generated, at the reputation, and we like simple projects. We like to understand what we invest in.
Jenny is a fully interactive robotic emotional support animal.
We focus on the liquid market specifically, ETFs and individual stocks.
Hard assets, private credits, especially finance.
We finance the largest deal in Tennessee history.
You've got to be different, and not just surface different, like disruptive different.
You start to predict what the patterns are for future movement.
Now, we can support every chain and every token and every game that wants to use the blockchain. And I'll explain why it's important to use the blockchain for this.
You guys ready today? Yeah. Okay.
I've been in the financial planning business for 41 years, so I've been practicing my whole life for this presentation.
Only 28% of those surveyed actually had a tax minimization plan.
We're big investors in the defense and aviation sectors.
You know how much value the Swiss franc has lost in the last 20 years? Time to make a trip to Switzerland.
The first word matters most. And you want a first word that's interesting, that grabs someone's attention.
I think similarly in terms of like specific language, we help businesses. Like what kind of businesses? Small, medium-sized businesses, B2B, B2C.
So that opens it up for about 7 million households. Question is, where are they going to live?
The way is just keep focusing on doing what you're good at doing and hire good people the things that you're not good at doing.
Richard, everyone with the Family Office Club, this is an incredible event, and we're really proud to be a part of it.
Technology is number 10 on the list. There's higher ones on the list. We're focusing more on energy and travel.
We think that probably one of the best opportunities is still in the traditional oil and gas.
A co-founder of a multi-billion-dollar investment fund, founder of the Child Liberation Foundation and Liberating Humanity, primary investor and executive producer of the movie Sound of Freedom.
I was still doing what I was supposed to be doing. The deals were good. Good locations. We did our due diligence. They were best-in-class sponsors. Why did it fail?
Be observant of the trends and the way that the money is flowing, and position yourself to be in an opportunistic locale.
And the other thing I'd like to do is talk to anyone who can help me in my quest to
enter the US market and find equity investors here.
Are all going to go to market caps of between 100 billion and $1 trillion.
Maximum yield, an investor discussion on credit, income, yield, and inflation.
The other way is I do a lot of networking with loss mitigation departments at different lenders.
But you're all sitting on some really good tax-deducted capital, and it's most likely not fulfilling its potential.
We've invested in a portfolio of women who are leveraging technology to solve those massive problems.
So robotics is at the top there. I think the solar, nuclear energy needs of AI data centers and all of that is just going to compound. All these robots are going to need AI chips as well, et cetera.
We've actually added some new investors through this event, and it has been tremendous. The quality of the people that we have met here has really been exceptional.
Yes, this event in particular had a lot of athletes, NBA players, NFL players, and I connected with them on a very deep level, and I'm doing some business with them after this event. So it's going to be great. Hopefully be able to raise a couple $1 million just from this one event.
Needing about $1 million more in our round, and it looks like we got it already just from this conference, so we're very excited.
Yes, we have. Last year, I think we did 3 or 4 clients that we onboarded from the event, and hopefully the same this year, potentially more.
And we were much more successful than we would have anticipated in terms of raising funding. And that's a big reason why we're back here.
And I think I found both operators that we would potentially place preferred or JV equity with, as well as investors who want to participate in our fund.
We've made a lot of great connections. We've done a lot of business just through our first meeting with the Family Office Club, which is why we're back here at the Super Summit down in Key Biscayne. So highly recommend it. If you're looking to do business, anything from investing, real estate, raising capital, deploying capital, this is the event you want to be at anywhere in the country. They're all over the country. Richard and his team do a phenomenal job across the board, and this is an event that you absolutely want to be a part of.
If you are a founder, raising capital, developing real estate, or you're an investor, would love for you to get involved in the Family Office Club. I've run this community for 18 years now. We've hosted 300 live events. We have 17 million social media group members and followers. We have the #1 YouTube channel on family offices. We have the #1 most popular podcast on family offices. You can learn more about us and our membership options at familyoffices.com. We have 30 in-person events planned in 2026 and another dozen events this year. Please go to familyoffices.com to learn more.